because
Yeah.
I do want you to share like what gave you the patience, because I'm going to be very real. I'm going to be very real. If the roles were reversed and the shoe was on the other foot, and I was him having to deal with me and the way that I was and my behavior at that time, there is no way we would have still been in this relationship. There's just no way. Because looking back at myself, I was just like, girl, you were hard.
Can I at least give a slight framework?
Yes, please.
All right. So, not going into the full details of, what my patience entailed. For me, when I met my wife for the first time, I'm going to try not to drag out the story, but basically I was in a very lost place myself. I'd just lost my mom a few years back. I'd gone through a lot of different ups and downs, trauma, different things. And when I met her, the moment almost immediately when I saw who you were, I just wanted to know who she was. And when we developed a friendship at first, I realized that we shared a lot of similarities in our past of things that we've gone through and things that we've been through. And funny enough, you actually were the one who shared with me first what you had gone through. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, like I went through the same thing. And there was something innate in me that even before that, just getting to know who you were, because I was totally not just attracted to you beauty, but there was something in you and around you that I was like, whoever you are, I need to be a part of that. And once we started to share, and once you really started to let go, I had this innate thing to say, okay, that's not the real you. Like that hardness wasn't the real you. I could see through all of that. I could really see that that's not Dalapa. That's not who you really are. That's a version of hurt. And because you are hurt and you're hurting, I'm not going to take that as that who is who you are in total. I'm like, that's just a part of the experience. Yes, the experience was a lot longer than I may have anticipated, but I knew that the real you was there. And I knew if I could pray, which I did a lot, which I was patient, which I had a lot of, which I didn't know where it came from except God, right? The real you would show up and you won't be hurt. You won't be broken. You won't be all of those things that you were hard. But I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm not an angel. I had my own issues as well. And, if the shoe was on the other foot, I don't know if I would have been able to deal with me because in my opinion, I'm not like the easiest guy in the world. But for you, it was just like, I didn't want to give up.
All that is nice and all. But at the end of the day, like I said, if the shoe was on the other foot, looking back at my younger self, I don't know if I would have had that patience. I feel like that patience that you had really was the grace of God upon our relationship, because when I tell you I was hard, I had a nasty attitude. My mouth was reckless. And I could be open and honest about this because that's not who I am anymore.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? But looking back at my younger self, and I don't even blame her, to be honest, I don't even blame her for her behavior, because she was coming from a place of hurt. She was coming from a place of disappointment, of anger, of fear, all those kind of things. And all those kind of things really does change a person's character. Mm-hmm. It changes the person's characteristics. I always say, like the people that are the angriest, the people with the nastiest attitudes, the people with the most reckless mouths, they're like that because somebody along the way hurt them. They are like that because at the core, they are very sensitive. They are very sensitive people. So when you see a person that is nasty all the time, I'm not saying you have to put up with their nonsense. No, because like I said, the shoe is on the foot. I don't think I'll be able to put up with me. But I would just say to have a place in your heart where you can see or where you can share a little compassion, knowing that when a person is like that, that's not regular nature. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
That's not regular for somebody to be angry and nasty all the time.
it's not.
It's not. I feel like sometimes people take people just on based on
The
what they
surface.
see,
Right.
right? But a lot of times when people are hurt, or when people, I'm sorry, when people are nasty, it's because they really are sensitive and they are hurt. So they put up this wall, they put up this facade of, I don't care what you say, you can't mess with me. I'm gonna cut you first before you cut me, and all that kind of stuff, because it's a protection mechanism.
That's exactly what it is. It is a protection mechanism. It's put in place so nobody else can hurt them.
Exactly.
And
Because you're so sensitive, your biggest fear is being hurt even more. So you're like, okay, I've already been hurt. Because obviously, for you to put up those walls and to have that attitude and all that kind of stuff is because somebody hurt you already.
Right.
And because you're sensitive, it cuts you deep to your core. And you're like, I never want to feel this way again. So the only way I can protect myself from feeling this way again is to be on the offensive. I'm not going to let anybody get close. I'm not going to let anybody think they could talk reckless to me. I'm not going to let anybody hurt my feelings. I would rather hurt your feelings first and be labeled whatever you want to label me, a bitch, be labeled a asshole, be labeled whatever I'm going to be labeled, than for you to hurt me again. Because even in our relationship, that was where we were at in the beginning. It's like, yeah, you're nice and all, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know if I want to get too close, because when you get too close to people, your feelings get involved. And when your feelings get involved, it means you can be hurt.
I'm laughing on the inside and now on the outside because I'm remembering, that time when we first got together. And I remember I fell for you pretty hard, like right away. And be honest, I told you I loved you almost immediately. And I remember this to this day. And I quote this woman, I go, you know what? I think I'm in love with you. She goes,
Come on. Your girl was a G. Come on.
you were a G though. I ain't gonna lie. You was like,